This is probably going to be a briefer live stream because I'm going to be meeting my girlfriend after. So I think I've got about 20 minutes, half an hour. Let's see. It won't take me that long. So I wanted to speak today about dealing with the emotions of anxiety, especially for men, especially when you're trying to become successful, or you are becoming successful, and you're facing fears in all areas of your life. And this has been the biggest challenge for me, irrespective of being a teacher, as a person. And I know it's the biggest challenge for all of you. I've been coaching people now for almost 11 years, and it's something that a lot of men won't speak about. They're reluctant to talk about it because they feel embarrassed about it. They feel like speaking about their emotions is going to make them less of a man. But as you get more experience in life, you realize how ridiculous that is. You realize that it's actually the opposite, that you're more of a man by, speaking about your emotions, in a healthy way, and dealing with them and facing them. That's really what makes you a better man. If you don't acknowledge your emotions that are challenging you, then you're going to deny them, and that's acting like a child as an adult. That's not being mature. Now, obviously, when you're a kid, it's different because we're kids, and we need that support from our family or a loved one. But as you become an adult, you've got to learn how to, give yourself that help and support. So, we all deal with emotions, whether we're successful or not. All of us do, men, women, regardless of your age. Some of us deal with emotions better than others. First 14, 15 years of my life, I didn't deal with my emotions very well because my emotions frightened me and overwhelmed me. So one of the tips that I would give with regards to dealing with, and I call it anxiety emotions, because a lot of the emotions, if not most of them, especially the negative ones, they come from they come from anxiety. And I think the more experience you get, the better you get at dealing with them. So, for example, if you want to be successful, you can't avoid these emotions that come up. And these emotions are challenging, but depending on your, I'm just tagging this video. Depending on your mindset and your goal and your purpose in life, it could contradictory to what I said, it can be very easy to deal with fearful emotions and emotions from anxiety, depending on where you are in your life and what you're doing and what your habits are, and if you've got a mentor. So, hold on a second, guys, sorry. You can also get some questions in as well. So I don't like the feeling of being rushed on these streams, but it's better that I do something today than nothing at all with the time that we do have. And it's only really stressing this point. So my point being, well, number one, the emotions are not going to last forever. That's what you've got to realize. When you're struggling with emotional turmoil because you're going through changes in your life, or you're facing things or you're not facing things, you have to realize that it is part of the human experience, that you're not different. No one's different. We all feel these emotions. And as I said, some of us choose to deal with it better than others. But I would say the main thing to tell you, the best solution that I found, is you've got to keep facing them. If you avoid the emotions of life or relationships or money or success or responsibility, it just gets worse. It piles up. And then you're in your psyche, you won't sleep well at night. You wake up with panic because you're not dealing with what you need to deal with. So you find freedom, you find peace, you find confidence, you find stability and strength by going into the emotions. And I could outline that in any area of life. I learned that from the boxing. Whenever I had to do sparring, guys, when I had my amateur fight, there's a strong instinct to go, I don't want to face this now. I will face this, but not today. I'm not in the mood today. I don't feel strong today, or I don't feel like it today. That's the avoidance. That's fear. That's what makes this a problem. Whereas you got to say, well, the truth is, it's okay that I'm afraid. Everybody feels fear. Mike Tyson feels fear. Jonathan feels fear. You feel fear. But I'm going to have to go through this. I'm going to feel better when I face it. If I don't face it, I might get away with it for now, and eradicate the responsibility of feeling those emotions, but it's going to be knocking on my door again. It's going to come back again with a vengeance. So let's face it now. When you face it, you feel great. Regardless of the uncomfortableness of going through it, the sadness, the loneliness, the depression, the pain, the discomfort, the overwhelm, the fear, all those feelings and thoughts and emotions, they will eventually pass, and then you will get to a place where everyone wants to get to, where you don't feel those emotions, you just feel light and relaxed, or happy, or confident, or passionate, or you have a feeling of hope, you feel secure in yourself. That's kind of the feeling that we all want. We want to feel secure in life, in ourselves, safety, security. But you're not going to feel safety and security if you stuff these emotions down or you bury them. And that goes for anything in life. Public speaking was the same. When I first set out to do public talks and teach, I wanted to avoid it. As I got closer to the talk, a day before, a few hours, I was like, I want to cancel it. Don't want to do it. Don't feel like it. I'm not ready for it. It's too overwhelming. It's making me feel moody. I don't want to do it. And I realized I'm not going to get to where I want to get to like that. I've got to change my mindset. Look, compassion, you've got to go, it is scary. It is challenging me right now. I am afraid of it. I am afraid of what it's going to bring up in me. Sadness, fear, loneliness, whatever feeling that I don't want to feel. But it ain't going to last forever. And when it's going through this feeling, that is going to give me the feeling that I want in my life: confidence, security, hope, positivity, optimism, abundance. And that's the solution. So it's the way that you see. The mistake that people make is, and I used to do it all the time, and I still do it from time to time, is telling yourself, I can't handle this, I can't deal with this right now, I can't cope, I'm going to sabotage, I'm going to pull the plug on this. And then you're going to ruin your success. Where you got to say, I can handle this, it's challenging me right now, every aspect of my human nature, but I will get through it, and I will face it, and I'm going to be a better man for facing it later on. And it's an ongoing thing in life. We all have seasons in our life where things go well, where it's comfortable, it's easy, and we're happy. But we all inevitably have seasons where we're scared, we're challenged, we're overwhelmed. We fear the unknown, we fear the response, we fear being hurt, we fear succeeding, we fear love, responsibility, all these fears that we have. So it's the mindset, and it's facing reality. And I find when you face reality on terms, when you confront it on a practical level, it's pretty easy when you make that commitment. Like I say, I only work with clients that are committed, because if they're not committed, I can't help them. No matter how much they pay me or how good I am at experience, can't force someone who hasn't got the hunger and the passion. So you need to be committed to doing this. So basically what I'm saying today is, this is how you overcome fear and grow as a person and be successful, by facing the emotions that are difficult, that are overwhelming, and knowing that you're not the only one. Everyone you see, everyone you've ever seen in your life, whether it's on television, whether it's watching me now on YouTube, or friends, or people that you look up to, every person you've ever met and you've seen has felt the way you're feeling right now, and has felt challenged by life, by emotions, by responsibility, by commitment, by relationships, by pressure, by peer pressure for exams, moving apartment, all these things, all these external challenges bring up the anxiety emotions. But human beings are quite amazing, pretty extraordinary species, in that if you look over history, human beings have become hardened and been able to manage these emotions. Some people are amazing at doing it, and I'm pretty amazing at doing it myself. I never used to be honest. That's how I can understand both sides of the spectrum. I can totally relate to someone who can't deal with emotions and avoids things out of fear of being hurt, or being liked, or not being liked, or having more, or growing, or opening up around people. I was like that for 14 years. But I also overcome that thousands of times. I'm doing it right now every time I teach. So I know you can do it. I know that people are a lot stronger than they think they are. So this is what you need to do. Having goals helps. Having a purpose massively helps. Because sometimes you're going to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I going through this? It's so challenging and difficult. Why should I do this? Well, you're the one who's got to answer that question. What is it you want in your life? Do you want to change your life? if you're not happy with your existing life right now, or relationships, or your physique, finances, where you live, your success, your career, your passion, your habits, whatever it may be, if you're not happy and you want change, you're going to have to face these emotions, and you cannot escape them. It's unavoidable, which is good in a way, because it makes you confront something that you need to face in order to get to where you want to be, and in order to be the person that you want to be. Because to get to where you want to be in life, you've got to become someone that you've never been. And that requires doing what I said today, facing these emotions that derive, and they get triggered internally from anxiety, from life itself. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. You're normal. A lot of the times we give labels on things. Oh, that person's avoidant. Oh, they're a very anxious person. Oh, but really, everybody is an anxious person at some point. Everybody's been avoidant. We've all done that. It's not about really, you don't have to you can give labels on it, but I'm not here to give labels. I'm here to give you a solution to overcome this problem, which is dealing with difficult emotions, fearful emotions, exciting emotions, challenging emotions. We're emotional people, but we can become stronger by practicing, thinking about our emotions in a more positive way, and having strategies, which I've been outlining today in this last 11 minutes. Hi there. So I'll let that settle in. And what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a mentoring talk. This is the way that I would mentor. This is how I teach, actually, and this is how I help myself. You've got to have a coaching conversation with yourself sometimes, because it's not enough sometimes just to say it once to someone. You have to keep going over it to get through. This is good therapy. But yeah, everybody struggles with it, myself included at times. Life's challenging, even when it's going really well, and that's what it takes. So we all need some support. And even Tyson Fury said the other day, he said, when I was going through a bad time, he was afraid to leave the light on. And that's a man who's an extremely brave man, one of the bravest man on the planet. He's a heavyweight champion of the world. He got off the floor from that punch from Deontay Wilder, who's knocked out 99% of his opponents. So if Tyson Fury can be challenged by his own emotions of anxiety, then you shouldn't feel ashamed or any different for feeling it, and neither should I, and I don't. But it takes a man to talk about it. There's no question about that. And it takes a stronger man to face it. So the way that we deal with our emotions is we talk about it in a healthy way to someone we trust, or we get it out of our mentor or our friend, family, whoever it may be, your partner, and then we say, right, this is what's challenging me. This is how I feel. This is why I feel like this. Now I'm going to make a choice to develop a strategy to overcome it. And that comes down to, what is your purpose in life? My purpose when I started out was I wanted to be a stronger person, be more confident. And then I wanted to go on and, get a girlfriend, make money, be successful, be happy, make friends, inspire people, get fit. So having a purpose massively helps, giving you a reason and a motivation. As he says in the films, Rocky, Mick, people die because they don't want to live no more. And nature is smarter than people think. And he says, but I've got a reason to go on, and you give me a reason. So it's a metaphor for having a reason to go on and want to live and want to be successful and happy. And that's what you need to consistently better manage. And as David Goggins speaks about, having mental and emotional toughness, putting your mind going into those dark places where most people avoid, and that's why they're not successful. So if you're being triggered, like a lot of my clients at the moment, it's a good thing that you're getting triggered because you're going towards your dreams, or because you're living your dreams right now. There's always a consequence for everything. So you're not going to be successful and outgoing and face social fears and put yourself out there, and not experience these emotions. Boxers experience these emotions, entrepreneurs experience these, doctors, lawyers, 9-to-5ers, all walks of life, men, women, old, young. It doesn't matter what background you are, what creed you are, what gender you are. We all are challenged by human emotions. But as I said, with practice, determination, goal setting, purpose, support, positive thinking, you can overcome these emotions, or you can better manage them and live the life that you want to live. So that's the tool that we all need to live the life that we want to live, to manage our financial pressures, relationships, health, socializing, expectations, responsibilities. emotional strength, emotional toughness. So that's really what I wanted to say for today. I know that will help a lot of people. So yeah, if you get a lot out of this stream, you'll let me know in the box below. Share this with a friend, anybody that's challenged by anxiety, fear, or emotional stress. Sorry, I'm looking away again. I'm just tagging this video. I'm using the laptop. That's why I'm looking at two screens. Can't do it on this phone. I don't know. I tried the option, doesn't work. But yes, it's not logical, you know, because the more you face this and you get a good feeling, you know, you get energized. Every successful person will tell you this on a biological level, spiritually, and same for me even today. I've been facing my emotions as well to teach you guys this, help you. You get energized, you get great energy, you get this extra energy that you wouldn't usually have when you face these emotions, because they're very heavy. They're heavy in the psyche, they're heavy in the body, and when you face them, they release, and then you're light again, and that's a wonderful feeling, and then you can deal with it again. So really do some research on this, guys. You know, watch this video, practice it, think about what I've said today, but most importantly, implement it. You know, deal with your emotions by first admitting that they are challenging you, because it's the denial. Men torture themselves today. Men torture themselves by denying their emotions because of the fear of what people think. You've got to get past that. Strong men, good-hearted men, deal with their emotions. They're not ashamed. They're not embarrassed about it. They have. See, it takes strength. It takes courage muscles to say, this is challenging me right now. This new job is challenging me, or this new relationship that I've got into, I'm happy with it, but it's making me feel fearful or overwhelmed. Great, that's a great start. That's how you get past it. But if you deny it and say, I'm fine, I'm a tough guy, yeah, nothing's wrong with me, I'm good, yeah, then you're not good. You're not good inside. You're struggling, you're in pain. You're not going to get past it then. It's going to get worse. Your mental health's going to go down the toilet. So please learn from my mistakes, because I did this for the first 20 years of my life, probably more. I wouldn't talk about my emotions, and I didn't know how to deal with them because I felt like I'm not being manly. But I didn't realize how ridiculous I was being, and that it didn't make me more of a man. It made me less of a man. It made me less of a man for denying it and trying to act tough. You don't need to act tough. Either you're tough or you're not. And if you're not tough, great, admit it, you're not tough. You can't try and be something you're not. If you're not tough, you can become tougher in life or be a better man by learning self-defense, social skills, business skills, and taking on more responsibility. That's why I like talking to honest people, because they're not going to lie about their challenges, you know, and that's what makes it such a relief. It's such a delight when you speak to any person and they're honest about their challenges, about their emotional problems, and they explain how they deal with it. You respect them. You don't not respect someone because they're honest. I don't anyway. I don't know anyone who does. Anyone who does, in my understanding, is ignorant, in denial. So there's a lot of self-esteem that you build as a man or as a woman, a person, when you are honest about your anxiety, challenges and emotions, and then you get past it, you overcome it. You can't overcome anything in life if you don't admit it. That's why a lot of people don't change their life, because they deny it. If you're in a job and you don't like it, if you generally don't like it and you keep denying it and you won't admit it, you're never going to change that job. Because if you deny that there's a problem, then there's not a problem, then is there? But it really is there. There is a problem deep down, because you wouldn't be feeling what you're feeling. That something doesn't feel right. So the first start of any transformation, financial, relationships, mental, emotional, is honesty, vulnerability, admitting, saying, this is a problem for me right now. This is challenging me. It's making me feel this way about myself or my life right now. It's making me feel that I can't cope, or I'm not going to get through this, or I'm afraid of being rejected or hurt, or I'm afraid of being successful or being loved more, whatever it may be, however it shows up for you. And then it's like, now you've admitted it, can breathe now, can relax and go, right, do I want to overcome this? Am I willing to commit to it? And if the answer is yes, you're going to get past it, and it's not going to be a problem forever. Then you get past it and you're like, I've done it, I beat it. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you appreciate that. These talks take like 20 minutes, but they take me 20 years to to get the confidence and the life experience and the knowledge to share this. So I appreciate all the support. It's fantastic as usual. And look out for more videos on the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jonathan. I'm a confidence coach for men. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I need to get my protein in. My brain isn't working as good, but I've done great today. So I've got more videos coming from you guys on all this stuff, on anxiety management, self-esteem. I appreciate you guys, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, have a good day.